Three simple words can get you ready for football. Between the hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia. A great sight for a game. Players are set to go. Fans are going to fill it to capacity. It will be intense and electric.
Good morning.
Stadium today. Time for ESPN's college football. Brad Nessler and Kirk.
How's everyone doing?
Brad, take it away.
I know it's been a while since I played, but yeah, playing today. The last game I don't think got uploaded due to some technical difficulties, so this is week 3. So I don't think week 2 is on the channel. Week 1 is. Week 2 we played Missouri. We killed them. I think it was like 50-something to nothing. I'll check the score after this game. But week 3, Ohio State. This is another one of the ones I changed around and said, why not whip Ohio State instead of one of the cupcakes that it had on our non-conference schedule. So Ohio State today. And I think I'm going to play again later tonight if y'all want me to. So let me know. If you're watching this live, you can let me know in the comments now. If you're watching this after it's already uploaded, then type a comment down below. If you want to watch later, I'll play again tonight, like around 9 or 10.
And here come the Bulldogs. If it's excitement you're looking for, well, you've come to the right place as the early college football season continues.
What's up, Melon? What's up, Kevin? Y'all be sure and let me know if it's working, because last time I had a bunch of technical difficulties. There was a bunch of kids here watching Netflix, and I couldn't. The internet wasn't working. I didn't have enough bandwidth, I guess. So y'all just let me know if it's how it looks and that you can hear me.
Ohio State is kicking off first, and we're ready to get this game underway. He hits a
all right, Miko. I think I'm gonna have to take him off the punt team too. He does okay on kickoffs, but he keeps fumbling on punts.
A quick update now. Here's Reese.
Updating what's going on in Auburn. And for Marshall, a good day. More than 200 yards passing. The Tigers win it, 38-21.
And for Ohio State, well, you don't need any more motivation than what you've already seen. With that score in, they know they've got to win this game. For Georgia,
right.
Tell us what we should be on the lookout for from their offense.
You want to watch how quickly a lot of their plays develop. It's all about ball control with this offense. And they use a lot of quick passing.
Oh, that didn't work.
Doesn't give the defenders a whole lot of time to react.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks for letting me know. It's working today.
So it's 2nd and 12.
I don't know what level this is. Is this easy? I honestly don't know. I didn't change anything. I just started the game and made a season. So
Great job by the defense.
Too busy talking. I just started a season on whatever it gives it to you on. So I really don't know what the level is. But to be honest, I'm not like some sort of expert at this game or anything. So if I played it on Heisman, I'd probably get killed. So if you play it on Heisman and win, that's great. Nice route, Nada. First down.
He is such a good target, really anywhere on the field. But they like to get him the ball in short to medium range situations.
From their own 36-yard line. First down.
Yeah, I would probably get killed if I played on Heisman, to be honest.
Takes the ball right.
Ooh, nice. Nice move.
It's great when a running attack.
Somebody want to try telling me what stiff arm is today without messing with me? Is it? That was B, I think, was spin move. What is What is stiff arm is what? A?
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 44. Eason to throw. And he's tackled right
Woo,
away.
that was a close call there. Probably shouldn't have thrown that to him. I should have thrown it to somebody else.
Really stack the odds against you. It's better to mix it up.
From the 25-yard line, first down. He drops back. And they make the
Nice
stop at the
catch.
14-yard
Nice
line.
catch. All right, let's try some Nick Chubb here.
It's first down. And he's tackled.
Chubb can't really get going today. Had that one good run. Should we stick with him, see if he can punch one in? We'll go one more with him and see what happens.
It's second down, 8 to go. Ball on the 12.
I like to run those guys out of the way sometimes on these off-tackle runs.
On the run, right side.
Oh, that's Sony Michel in there now. They subbed him out. I changed the sub percentage on running backs. If y'all have this game, then you probably know what I'm talking about. But I think I have it set to where as soon as the running backs get to 85 or 90% stamina or whatever, it automatically subs them out. And the main reason I did that so high like that is just so I could get some of the other running backs in the game without having to manually go and change. Now, he should have caught that. He should have caught that. This is hot rod time.
This isn't much more than
All right, Wild Thing. Let's do it, buddy.
Georgia could take the lead with this field goal.
Ooh, barely. He almost pushed it right. But we'll take it. 3-0 over the Suck Nuts.
Looks like they're ready for the kick.
Smith set to return.
And this is just a booming kick. He's to the 10. He's
Get him.
to the 20. And he's tackled at the 23-yard line.
All right.
So here comes
Let's
the
play some
offense
defense
taking the
here.
field for the first time today. The offense going to try to open this field up, coming out in a 5-wide set, and the defense counters with their dime look.
Get some pressure on him. He had to get rid of the ball, I think, before he wanted to, which is great. What's up, Jeremy? I think Florida wins the Michigan-Florida game this year. Yeah, I'll play tonight again, and I'll put Frome in. I'll put Frome in some in this game too in the fourth quarter if we can get ahead a little bit. But I think Florida wins the Michigan game, week 1. Oh no! Ooh, he got laid out. Michigan lost 18 starters off their team last year. And so I just think that's a tough task for them week 1 to be going up against Florida like they are. That was a nice play. So I got Florida winning that one.
Do that because the interior linemen held their ground, leaving the runner with no options.
Unban you from what?
Second down, 13 yards to go. Ball on the 31-yard line.
What are you banned from? Oh, no. Get him. That could have been bad because I played that wrong with the defensive end there. But secondary came up and got him.
And he got through almost untouched.
Have you watched the video with Kirby showing the Millennial Oklahoma drill? No. How bad will Auburn beat? Auburn won't beat Georgia. Auburn only beats Georgia if they have a national title team, and Auburn doesn't have a national title team this year. They just don't.
Here's a quick throw. Here's an update.
Georgia's 9-2 against Auburn the last 11 years. The only 2 years we've lost to Auburn in the last 11 were the 2 years that Auburn made the title game. So just ask yourself, does Auburn have a national title team this year? The answer is no. So they're not beating UGA. Happy Father's Day, Jeremy.
Johnston is the punter.
Now let's see if Miko can actually catch a punt. Oh my God, he caught one. This dude fumbles like every other punt. I took him out last time or 2 times ago. I benched him. Joker kept fumbling. I think he fumbled like 3 punts in that game. I took him out.
Georgia is up by 3.
All right, let's see if we can get the Chubb train rolling.
Give to the tailback.
Nice.
He's at midfield.
Nice.
Inside the 30. The 10.
There he goes. Nice run, Chubb. Woo! You're going to be seeing a lot of. If Chubb is at 100% this year, I'm telling you right now, if Chubb is at 100% this year, he's gonna. He's. I think he's the best running back in the country this year if he's at 100%. I know the guy from LSU is going to be pretty good. A couple others too, but if Chubb is back to what he was pre-injury, I really think he'll be the best running back in the country this year.
And he tacks on the extra point.
He's whooping on Ohio State. Shut up, Jared Stidbalone. Listen, you don't know anything about Jared Stidham. Nothing. You don't know anything about him. All you know is that he now plays for Auburn. I mean, I've heard this same shit about Auburn quarterbacks. Jeremy Johnson was going to win the Heisman. John Franklin III was going to win the Heisman. All 11 quarterbacks that you played last year were going to win the Heisman. Listen, until he gets on the field and does something, then he's just trash like every other quarterback you've had over the last 3 years. I don't understand all this hype around Jared Stidbalone. I don't get it. I really don't. The guy started 3 games in the Big 12. He got hurt in 2 of those 3 games. Okay? I don't understand what the infatuation is with Jared Stidbalone. I really don't. I mean, I know you guys have had terrible quarterback play the last few years, so you're desperate for anything that even remotely resembles a decent QB. But, I mean, the guy couldn't hack it in the Big 12, but he's the answer for Auburn in the SEC. I just don't see it. And no, Petway's not better than Chubb. Petway's got to do something. I mean, Petway was good last year. We'll see what happens with him this year. I'm not putting the guy down. He's a good running back, but I don't think he's as good as Nick Chubb. So we'll see. He lit it up at Baylor. Dude, listen to me. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Auburn fans have no clue what they're talking about. He lit it up at Baylor. He started 3 games at Baylor, sir. 3. Okay? And he got hurt in 2 of those 3 games. So shut up about he lit it up at Baylor. First of all, every quarterback Baylor's had the last 6 years has lit it up at Baylor. Where are they now? Nobody knows. They're selling used cars somewhere.
From their own 33-yard line, it's second down.
Listen, Panthers, God, whatever. Cam Akers was an elite high school running back. But you can't tell me, you sound like an idiot if you really are going to say someone who has never played a snap in college football, you're predicting him to be the best running back in college football this year. You're either a completely blind homer or a total idiot. That's it. Now, Cam Akers is good. I will give him, I would love to have had Cam Akers at UGA. But if I had Cam Akers coming to UGA, I wouldn't be saying Cam Akers is going to be the best running back in America as a true freshman when he's never even played a down. You sound like an idiot, sir.
Third down and 6 yards to go. Ball on their own 39. And this stadium is alive.
Get him.
And that gets the call.
Ain't that dude breaking tackles, though?
And they get nice yardage on that run.
Yeah, Chubb's going to finish third on the all-time list of SEC running backs at minimum. That's the worst he's going to finish is in third place. It's possible he finishes second. I don't see him catching Herschel Walker. He'd have to have 1,800 yards to catch Herschel Walker for most all-time in the SEC. I don't think he gets that, but I think he probably gets the 1,400 he needs to finish in second place. Get him. What in the world?
Taken down at midfield.
Kyle Davis and Nate Craig. Jarrett Stidham has Kyle Davis and Nate Craig to throw to. Again, an Auburn fan who apparently doesn't know anything about football. Kyle Davis and Nate Craig combined had about 400 yards receiving last year. Combined between the two of them. I think they had 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. Auburn, listen, I'm tired of hearing about all this potential. You guys have had potential the last 3 years while you went 0-6 against Alabama and Georgia. Until y'all do something on the field, no one's going to take you seriously. It's that damn simple. You didn't even get a first down against UGA last year.
Little too much leg into that punt. They'll bring it out to the 20.
No, Cam Akers is a running back out of Mississippi. He's really good. There's no salt. That's being realistic, sir. I mean, give me a break. UGA's fixing to sign Zeus for next year's class. You're not going to see me make a prediction that Zeus is going to be the leading rusher in the NCAA as a freshman next year just because he's the best high school running back in next year's class. That's ridiculous and retarded. I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, Nate Craig was hurt. Petway was hurt. We were hurt. That's why we couldn't do this. We couldn't do that. I mean, have you been hurt 3 years in a row? 0-6 against – you're 0-6 the last 3 years against your two biggest rivals, Georgia and Alabama. You couldn't even get a first down last year.
Ball on their own 34.
Jarrett Stidham has started 3 friggin' games, and you guys are sucking him off like he's – I mean, it's unbelievable. Oh, that could have been intercepted.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 34-yard line.
I don't know why why would I be salty about FSU anyway? I don't get it. I mean, we beat them last time we played them. We don't play them this year. I picked them to win the ACC. I'm not. How's that being salty? I'm being realistic, sir. Cam Akers is not leading the NCAA or in rushing or going to be the best running back in college football next year. It's not happening. You sound like an idiot. I'm just being real about it.
Way to look at it. Maybe got 2 feet on the play.
Usually you get a linebacker.
Clemson's going to take a step back. You can't replace Deshaun Watson. They'll have a good defense, and they've got some athletes on the offensive side of the ball. They're not replacing Deshaun Watson. So I still think Clemson is probably a 10-win team, but I don't think they're winning the ACC. Yeah, a lot of UGA fans hyped up Easton. Nobody said Easton was going to be the best quarterback in all of college football last year. Nobody, not one.
Gets out to about the 31.
You're always looking for the home run return, the big highlight. Didn't happen there, but he still got him a couple yards.
It was a pretty one-sided first quarter, but I wouldn't be surprised
if Auburn beats Clemson and Stidham lights it up, will you apologize? Are you new around here, sir? No. I won't. If Stidham can play 3 games in a row without getting hurt, I'll be impressed. How about that? Because he's yet to do that.
2nd down. Now he's scrambling. Brought down around the 20-yard line.
Got him. Weapon says hook 'em.
This crowd a huge factor right now.
I think Texas is about to get a lot better. I like that coach. I'm not going to lie. I like him a lot. And Oklahoma just got rid of Bob Stoops, so you never know. I know they promoted their offensive coordinator, Lincoln Riley, to head coach, but, you know, he's never been a head coach before, so you never really know how that's going to go. So, and I think Texas is on the upswing. I mean, I don't think they're going to be competing for a national title anytime in the next couple of years, but I definitely think they're going to be a lot better than what they have been the last few years. Nice pick, Malcolm Parrish. Give him some blocks, yo. Auburn might be, yeah, I know. We right, okay. Listen. Auburn's not making the playoff this year. Just stop. This guy's out of his damn mind.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 45.
Yeah, this is a season, so this is week 3, so Florida's what, week 10 or something like that? Ooh, Nicole broke a couple tackles there.
35-yard line. They pick up some positive yards that time.
Well, here you get a chance to see the ability of this quarterback. His arm strength, the mental toughness.
You think Riley Ridley is best wide receiver in the SEC? I disagree. I don't think Georgia has any receivers that are the best in the SEC. That's one of our weakest spots. I like that freshman we got, Jeremiah Holloman, though. I think he might be good. He might be the best receiver we've had in a couple of years. We'll see. Auburn has a better chance of making the playoffs than UGA. I mean, I don't see how you can say that when Auburn hasn't beat Georgia in 3 years. But you know, there's a lot of things about the Auburn fan that I don't understand. Nice catch. Yeah, I won week 2. It was against Missouri. I killed them. I think it was like 50-something to nothing or 50-something to 7, something like that. It wasn't even close in week 2. I tried to stream it, but my daughter was had some friends over that night, and they were watching Netflix, and then someone else was watching Netflix in another room. Anyway, there wasn't enough bandwidth. I couldn't stream it, so I just played it without streaming it or recording it. It's hard to say with Florida because they haven't had a quarterback that can throw them the ball in a couple of years. Ole Miss has, I mean, I hate Ole Miss, and they're irrelevant because of the sanctions and the bowl ban and all that. But Ole Miss, you know, the shortest receiver Ole Miss has, I think, is 6'3" or 6'4". They've got a couple of really good receivers. Did Alabama lose the receiver they had, Riley's brother? Calvin Ridley, did Alabama lose him? He was the best, or one of the best. LSU's always got some good athletes at receiver. Believe it or not, South Carolina's got a good receiver too. I can't stand South Carolina, but what's his name? Is it Debo Samuel? He's not bad.
And he dives forward.
I mean, half the receivers on Georgia's team just can't catch the ball. I mean, it's so frustrating. Yeah, if Gus Malzahn loses to both UGA and Alabama for the 4th year in a row, you know, putting him 0-8 in the last 4 years against UGA and Alabama, I think Auburn will fire him. Butch Jones, I think he would. I really think Tennessee would have to have a total collapse for Tennessee to fire Butch Jones. They've just been through so many coaches the last few years. I don't think they want to be in a situation where they're paying 2 coaches again. I really think Tennessee would have to miss a bowl game for Butch to have a chance of getting fired. I think even if they went 6-6 and maybe won a bowl game and finished 7-6, I think they would give them another year. I mean, they're starting a new quarterback this year, so I really think they would have to miss a bowl game for Butch Jones to get fired. I would say the coaches that are most likely to get fired would be Kevin Sumlin at A&M, Hugh Freeze at Ole Miss, Gus Malzahn at Auburn, and then maybe Butch Jones fourth. Yeah, Antonio Callaway is good. Isn't he kind of short, though? I'm not saying that to mean that he's not good. I'm just wondering, isn't he like in the 5'10" range or something like that?
And he's going to be sacked for a loss. Let's throw it out to Reese now for a studio update.
Check out what's going on.
He's more of a slot receiver, right?
They're struggling to
I don't
keep
know.
control
Callaway.
of this game. The Cavaliers lead 14-10.
10-0 in this one.
Did we get lucky the last 3 years? Is that what you're saying? UJ got lucky and beat us last year. Have we got lucky 9 out of the last 11 years? You sound like an idiot.
Johnston is waiting for the snap.
Georgia has beat you 9 of the last 11 years.
Oh, excellent.
The only 2 years you beat Georgia was the 2 years that you had a national title team. So,
Tackle made at the 26-yard
you know,
line. Nice yardage.
if you think you have a national title team this year, then, you know, God bless you.
They'll take over at the 26.
Pass doesn't matter. Okay. Well,
Hand off to the back.
if
Look
the
out.
pass doesn't matter,
To the
which I
40.
tend to agree. Go, Chubber!
Inside.
Pass doesn't matter, which I tend to agree. Well, you have no quarterback and a proven loser at head coach. So that's the present.
Sensational running, and it shows you what kinds of
Eason will stay 3 years and then he's gone pro. Eason would get drafted right now if he could leave. It has nothing to do with what he did at UGA last year. It has to do with the fact that he's 6'6", he's 6'6", 240 pounds, and there's not 5 people on planet Earth that have the arm he has. That's just reality. He'll get drafted in the first round, top 5 pick after his junior year. We play Auburn in November. Every team is injured in November. I don't want to hear that injury excuse. Next man up. There's a reason you get 85 scholarships, okay? And so if somebody gets hurt, you've got somebody else to put in the game. Shut up about the injuries. It's not injury's fault that you played 11 quarterbacks last year and they were all terrible. It's not injury's fault that you couldn't get a single first down in the second half against UGA. Those things aren't injury fault. It's not injury fault that you've lost to UGA 9 out of the last 11 years, okay? It's the fault. The fault is Auburn is not as good as UGA. That's all it is. Period. It's that simple.
Shot at the 25-yard line.
Gus has not beat Alabama lately. Gus has lost 3 straight to Alabama. And if you want to, yes, has Georgia beat? Georgia is 3-3 in the last 6 games against Alabama. What's your record in the last 6 years against Alabama? 1-5.
It's second down, 12 to go.
I think Fromm's a good quarterback. I think he's in a tough spot. I think he's in a real tough spot. I mean, he's not playing this year. The best thing he can do is redshirt. He's not playing this year. And if we get one of these 2 5-stars that just decommitted, the Fields from Penn State and Coral from Southern Cal, if we get one of those 2 guys, then that could be bad news for Fromm. We'll see. No, Fromm doesn't make me mad. It's people that think Fromm should start this year that make me mad.
Is the punter. Booming kick.
What does that have to do with it? We don't play Alabama every year. And? What's your point?
At the 23.
Return for a gain of 4 yards.
We don't make the schedule.
So if you're the offense here, what's your
We play them every time they're scheduled,
They're
sir.
anxious to get back out on the field. Last time out, they drove right down the field.
Well, we have to play Alabama every year. It's not fair. Alabama's too good, Lou. Auburn shouldn't have to play Alabama every year, Lou. It's not fair, Lou. Pat Dye said Auburn needs to leave the SEC West, Lou. Auburn wants to get away from Alabama. It's not fair, Lou. Lou, it's not fair. We have to play Alabama every year, Lou. It's not fair, Lou. Quit that damn crying.
From their own 25-yard line, it's 3rd down. He might not be able to get the pass off. And he's taken down right around the 24-yard line. Nothing doing for the offense, and it's 4th down.
I'm feeling stupid, so I'm going to go for it here.
It's 4th down. It's 4th down, and the offense is getting set to go for it. Well, I'm not sure I really agree with this call to go for it, but that's why I'm not coaching, folks.
Pat's Dynasty, you're the one that asked about Georgia's record against Alabama, and now you're crying because quit bringing up the past against Alabama. You're the one that asked for it, you big baby. You're the one that said, well, how many times did Georgia beat Alabama? Well, don't get mad when I tell you the answer. Auburn fans, I mean, I thought Georgia Tech fans were bad, which they are. Auburn fans have the worst case of little brother syndrome I have ever seen in my life. I mean, these guys, they spend the majority of their life crying. We're going to play Alabama every year, Lou. We got to play Georgia in November, and we got a lot of injuries, Lou. Listen, stop crying. Just stop.
All day long. And for Tennessee, they're looking to win 2 in a row.
I mean, you're embarrassing yourself.
2nd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the 1st down.
We haven't played them lately, dumbass. And besides that, you just said the past doesn't count. You're really special, man. I knew as soon as I threw that, it was a bad idea. No one's catching that guy. I knew as soon as I threw that, it was a bad idea.
Great job here by the defender breaking on the ball and taking it to the house. Man, those pick sixes can really hurt an offense and have a lasting impact.
We had injuries, Lou. We had injuries 9 of the last 11 years that we played you, Lou. Oh, Jeremiah Holloman's hurt. We got to put Jason Stanley in. Overall, 41. Jesus. Yeah, Auburn has Jarrett Stidbaloney. The dude started 3 games in the Big 12, got hurt in 2 of them, but now he's the next Cam Newton. Give me a break. Yeah, Georgia Tech's not even as bad as Auburn.
State ready to kick this one off. He boots it deep downfield. He's to the 10.
Yeah, I'm going to play Frome. I'm going to put Frome in. I'm going to leave Eason in this one last series, and then I'm going to play Frome from there on out.
So the offense will come back out onto the field, hoping for a little better result than that last pick 6.
This quarterback needs to
Oh, and y'all got to let me know, too.
this defense is excellent.
I've been skipping it, or not skipping it, but not doing it on camera. This is the Dynasty mode here. This is week 3. But, you know, in between every game, whatever, you've got to do that recruiting crap where you go in and call the prospect and all that kind of crap. Y'all don't want to see that, do you? I was just going to play. I was just going to stream myself playing the games and do that stuff off camera. But if there's any of y'all that actually want to see that, I could do some of it on camera. So y'all let me know down there in the comments.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down.
No, Stidham, there is no defense in the Big 12. That's my point. And they think this guy, who couldn't even make it through a whole game in the Big 12, is going to come into the SEC and just dominate on an Auburn team that couldn't even get a first down last year. These people are just out of their damn mind.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 39.
Yeah, he balled out against Oklahoma, 200 yards in the first half. And what happened in the second half, sir? Can you tell me?
Takes the counter left.
He got hurt. That's what happened, okay? Listen, in the 3 games that Jarrett Stidbaloney played in the Big 12, okay, he played 3 teams. The average defensive rank of those 3 teams was 81. 81. 81st. That was the average. 2 of the teams he played were ranked 90 or higher. One of them was ranked over 100. Okay?
At about the 45.
Call it a loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Georgia's defense was ranked 14th in the nation last year, and we got 10 starters back this year. This guy, Pat's Dynasty, is probably the most ignorant football person I've ever met. You just don't... I mean, everything you say is dumber than the last thing you said. I mean, it's unreal with you. Oh, Stidbaloney's not making it through the season. There's no way. The guy's made out of paper mache.
1st down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 29-yard line.
All right, we got a score here, and then we can put Frome in after that.
There's a strike.
Go, Sony.
He's taken down at about the 23-yard line. They'll get 6 yards.
And it was a simple throw right back.
Frome and Holyfield. Okay.
Good job of
I can
getting
handle
some
that, sir.
positive yards on the play.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. Big opening.
Get off me.
Inside the 10. Brought down right around the 8-yard line. Let's get an update now. Here's Reese Davis. Reese.
The Volunteer Navy has arrived. Tennessee set to run through the tee in Knoxville. This is a game we've been watching closely.
Florida's in a
today.
developing year on defense.
Hammer that
It's going to be
running
interesting
game
to
and
watch
score a
Florida this
touchdown.
year. They have lost a lot of their
It's 1st down, and they'll be
talent they
looking for
had
6
under
points
Muschamp,
here.
defensive talent to the NFL over the last couple of
Less
years.
than 3 minutes in the game.
And if McElwain can't figure out the quarterback situations, because he's supposed to be an offensive guy.
Looking for 6 over the middle.
And, I mean, you know, Florida's been good enough to win the East the last couple of years, but their offense has been just terrible. I mean, they had an NFL defense, and that's what won them the East. If that defense goes away and he can't get that offense figured out, Florida could be in trouble. Yeah, Florida doesn't have a problem recruiting defense. That's for sure. Oh, shoot.
And the extra point is no good.
No scholarship for you, Hot Rod.
80-yard drive. And they put 6 points on the board after missing the extra point.
It's a mismatch up front right now. The offensive line is able to control.
Opinion on Randy
push this
Shannon?
defensive line around. It's really putting the
I think he's a good.
linebackers-
He's not a good head coach. I don't think, but I think he's a good
To kick this one away.
coordinator,
And this is
defensive
just a
coach,
booming
or
kick.
assistant coach.
He's to the 10. They
Sit
bring
down.
him and they
Sit
bring
down.
him down hard on that one.
Auburn can't be in the running for the SEC championship because they lose their last 2 SEC games every single year.
Both sides
Every
make their
year.
way
The
back.
last 3 years straight, they have lost to Georgia and Alabama. They're 0-6 the last 2 years against Alabama, so they can't be in the running for the SEC championship
He's on the
game.
run. And they make the stop at the 20.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Florida's got a lot of talent, but they got to get that quarterback situation figured out. I mean, I don't understand how a guy who's supposed to be an offensive guru like McElwain got stuck with 2 illegal immigrants and a terrorist for their, to choose between their 3 quarterbacks. I can't figure it out. McElwain, that's supposed to be his thing, was offense. And the guy, they're not scaring anybody on offense. They haven't yet, not under McElwain.
Miller back to pass.
Now, who is he throwing that to now?
He let that pass get away from him.
I think he's a little bit anxious. He actually looked a little bit too juiced that time, but he'll get the next one.
Okay, Pat's Dynasty. You want to talk about the Vanderbilt game and then say don't bring up history. You don't even have a winning record against Vanderbilt, okay? Now, Vanderbilt can get lucky and beat anybody in any given year. It's going to happen. But over the course of a long period of time, you should have a dominant record against Vanderbilt. Auburn doesn't even have a winning record against Vandy. All right, here comes Frome and Holyfield, you said. Take Eason out. We should put Lou in. Lou is good, but we'll put Frome in. And Holyfield. And let's see what it do.
At the 17. And he is drilled at the 15-yard
Well, he made a good move there in the hole.
maybe
Gained a
2 on the
few.
carry.
For those are the kind of hits that'll take some miles off a ball.
And Malik Zaire, it's hard really to know anything about him. I mean, he had a good game in the bowl game against LSU a few years ago before he got hurt, and then last year. What's weird to me is that Notre Dame was just terrible last year. What were they, 4-8 or 3-9, something like that? And the guy, they didn't even put him in. Like, I don't know. It just seems to me I don't know. The situation with him is strange. I don't understand how he couldn't get on the field last year when Notre Dame was that bad.
Less than 2 minutes in the fourth quarter.
You do not have a winning record against Vanderbilt. Pat's Dynasty, you just don't. Quit lying. You do not have a winning record against Vanderbilt. Anybody, y'all can look it up. Anybody in the chat, go to Google and type in Auburn versus Vanderbilt all-time record. Auburn does not have a winning record against Vanderbilt. More proof that you're probably the most football ignorant person on all of LouTube, Pat's Dynasty. You do not have a winning record against Vanderbilt. You just don't. Look at that bullet by Frome. Woo! Touchdown, doggies.
That's the whipped cream on the top of this game, Kirk.
You've played Vanderbilt 40-something times, and you do not have a winning record against them. You have a 500 record against Vanderbilt. That's sad. You've played them 40-something times, and you have a 500 record. Pathetic.
And he adds the extra point with a 3-play, 15-yard drive, and they come away with 7 points.
Whoever posted that, Sloth Renat or whatever, whoever posted that 20 and 21 and 1 for Vanderbilt, that's inaccurate. That's according to Auburn. Auburn doesn't count one of the years that they played. The actual record is 500. I believe it's 21 and 21.
Ready for the kickoff.
I doubt Tennessee wished Muschamp a happy Father's Day, even though Muschamp is Tennessee's daddy. That's another thing that makes you scratch your head. Like, Lord knows I hate Tennessee, and I think Butch Jones is the funniest thing to happen to college football in a long time. But it's unbelievable to me that Will Muschamp is 5-0 against Tennessee. If you look at how terrible he was at Florida, I mean, he had a year at Florida where he lost to Georgia Southern and went 4-8. But one of those 4 wins was against Tennessee. And then last year with Tennessee in the driver's seat to win the East for the first time since George W. Bush was president, they go into Columbia and let Will Muschamp and South Carolina beat them again. I mean, it boggles the mind that Tennessee can't beat Will Muschamp. No, he's not. He's not right. You do not have a. Your record against Vanderbilt is 500.
Third down, 14 yards to go. Ball on the 21-yard line. They come out in a 5-wide set.
Here, after this play, I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna look it up right now. And I'm going to post Auburn's. I'm going to copy and paste. I'm typing it in Google right now. Auburn versus Vandy all-time record. Winsipedia. Winsipedia.com. 21 wins, 21 losses, and 1 tie. Current win streak, Auburn won, 2016. Vandy had an 8-game winning streak over you at one point. Vandy once beat you 54-0. You're 21-21. Go to Winsipedia.com and you can find it. Winsipedia. WINSIPEDIA.com. Auburn versus Vandy, all-time record, 21-21 with 1 tie. Pathetic. Pathetic. And then you can look up UGA versus Vanderbilt if you want to. Vanderbilt would have to beat UGA like 40 years in a row just to tie the series. It's sad. Pathetic. That is pathetic to have that kind of record over 40 games against Vanderbilt. Auburn ought to be ashamed of themselves. Get him.
And he carries the ball for a nice gain.
7 on the play. First down.
He'll change the play at the line of scrimmage. And they hit him in the backfield.
Call it a loss of 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
Spikes the ball.
That brings up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, the transitive property does not work for football. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Well, this team beat that team, and that team beat this team, so therefore this team can beat the other team. That's ridiculous. There's way too many other variables for that to be true. Gibbs with the INT. Nice. Nice. Then we let Frome stack up some more yards in the air here this last 30 seconds.
Pretty good hands, too.
Yeah, that is sad that Auburn is has a losing record against UGA. Pathetic.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 26.
Math has nothing to do with college football, sir. The transitive property does not apply to college football for the exact thing you just said. It's a math equation. Pittsburgh beat Clemson last year. Clemson beat Alabama. Therefore, Pittsburgh is better than Alabama. You see how retarded that sounds?
He makes it to the 35-yard line.
This guy must be a Georgia Tech fan. It's the only thing I can figure.
Coming to this one ranked number 16 in the land. This one's been entertaining us all day long. And for Georgia Tech, they are now out in front.
So it's 3rd down, and they're just inches away from picking up the 1st down.
Yeah, Georgia Tech runs this state, but they've beat us 3 times this century. Georgia Tech hasn't even won the ACC since 1990. Georgia Tech is a joke. That's another one I hope keeps their coach forever. Paul Johnson in that middle school offense. Look at Chubb, 216 yards, 2 touchdowns. That'll work. Georgia Tech's a joke. Georgia Tech's beat Georgia 3 times this century, and they think there's something. When you haven't won the ACC since 1990, I mean, you can't get much more irrelevant than that. I think FSU is going to be a really good team. I think they'll win the ACC and make the. I think they'll make the playoff out of the ACC. Well, the Georgia roster is updated, but the other schools aren't. I can't find a 17 roster, a 2017 roster for NCAA 13, and I like NCAA 13 better than I like NCAA 14. I have NCAA 14 around here somewhere. You didn't win the ACC in 2009, but that's a cool story, though. That's a nice try, but no, your school vacated that title. So no, you did not win the ACC in 2000. You do not have a 2009 ACC title, but that's a cool story, though. But yeah, try not cheating and playing by the rules, though. Maybe next time you can keep some of that hardware. But no, you haven't won the ACC, sir, since 1990. Yeah, it's crazy for people my age to think about that Georgia is actually 6 games ahead of Florida in the series, because in my lifetime, well, from the 90s till now, Florida has dominated the series. I don't know, something like 25-5 or something in the last 30 years or whatever it is, but so if it keeps going the way it has been, Florida will definitely even it up soon. I think Fields goes to either Florida or Florida State. Florida's quarterbacks are Del Rio, Luke Del Rio, Malik Zaire, and Felipe Franks. Yeah, getting arrested doesn't have anything to do with cheating, so I don't know what sort of transitive property you're trying to pull there, but getting arrested is not cheating. So cheating is what you did, which cost you all those games, sir, and then lying about it. UGA's a dirty program? Sir, Georgia Tech has been on probation pretty much this entire century. Okay? But UGA's a dirty program? When's the last time UGA was on probation, sir? Georgia Tech has been on probation this entire century. They can't get their shit straight with basketball. You know, they're breaking the rules in football, playing ineligible players, having to vacate wins, vacate fake ACC championships. But Georgia's a dirty program? You're out of your damn mind. Leave it to a Georgia Tech fan to try to talk about math with college football trash talk. Meanwhile, this guy probably graduated from Georgia Tech and is like service manager at a Pep Boys. It wouldn't surprise me for Kentucky to finish second or third in the East. They're not going to win it. If I was a Kentucky fan, I would put all my eggs in the beating Florida basket. Kentucky needs to beat Florida. It's been, 32, 33 years? They got to beat Florida before they get over that hump. I mean, Georgia went through a period like that where we couldn't beat Florida forever. And at that particular time, my goal wasn't to win the SEC. It was to beat Florida. And that, to me, if I'm a Kentucky fan, that has to be my goal right now. You got to beat Florida. Square root of 9 is 3, you dumbass. That doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you use 10W30 or 10W40, which is the extent of your knowledge, sir. You're a service manager at a Pep Boys with your Georgia Tech diploma hanging on the wall behind the cash register. Georgia Tech fan trying to brag about math, talking about the square root of 9. Any middle schooler can tell you that. I wonder whose athletes have a higher graduation rate, UGA or Georgia Tech? That's a trick question, by the way. The dumbasses at Georgia Tech can't even pass music engineering or whatever crap classes they're taking there. Does Georgia have a legitimate shot at playing for a natty this year? No. They have a shot. Anybody's got a shot, especially if you're in the SEC. But I wouldn't say they're one of the 10 favorites or whatever number of schools you would name a lot of schools, I think, before you got to UGA when it came to winning a natty this year. I think Vandy will make a bowl this year. Yeah. Missouri is still terrible. Who does Vanderbilt play from the West this year? They're going to have to. I think they're going to have to win at least one of their games against the two West teams to make a bowl. But I think Vanderbilt can make a bowl again. I think Kentucky will surprise some people. I think Texas will surprise some people this year. They've got a good young quarterback out there. I can't think of his name right now, but he was a true freshman last year, and they've got a legit coach now. So I think Texas will surprise some people. I think Southern Cal is the real deal, as much as I hate them and West Coast teams in general. I think Southern Cal is the real deal. Texas, I'm not saying Texas is going to win 11 or 12 games, but I think they'll surprise some people. Kentucky, we talked about them already. Ole Miss got too many distractions. I mean, it doesn't matter what Ole Miss does. They're ineligible for bowls and postseason, so it really doesn't matter what they do anyway. All right, guys, I got to go for a Father's Day dinner or whatever. I'll stream another one later, though, week 4. I'll stream later tonight, probably around 9 or 10. So, anyway, thanks for watching and arguing with me in the comments. That's the funnest part anyway. The game is just background noise. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great morning, and I'll see y'all tonight around 9 or 10. We'll stream another one. Deuces.